darling has his own secret passage and there's a party in there every night too. Kinky! Brian and his passage. Time for the 287th exclusive of the series. All numbers are approximate.
Did I tell you?
No.
You know sandwiches from yesterday?
Yeah.
Put them in the fridge. Two, one for me, one for Adam, yeah? In the fridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
She comes fucking with her breakfast.
Yeah.
She's only toasted the sandwiches, isn't she?
Oh.
Not even fucking asked.
Yeah.
She's just seen the sandwiches from yesterday in the fridge, assumed that some maybe little magic fairies put them in there specifically for her. I mean, it wouldn't bother me if she'd fucking asked, you know what I mean? But and then I pointed it out to her and she didn't say fuck all.
She didn't say thank you. Well,
she just went, oh.
I don't understand how people think, you know, Luke. I'd feel so embarrassed to do things like that.
But they just
I feel so cheeky.
Expect everything to be given to them on a plate, literally.
But it's just sometimes I find it just a bit like unbelievable how like
selfish,
cheeky people
and inconsiderate,
being. Yeah.
Just general twats people are. Yeah.
The language. Right, so as we saw tonight, it took Scott and Sarah just over 9 hours, plus Luke A singing at the top of his lungs, to finally twig that they were watching a loop. But surely they and the rest of the housemates haven't always been so slow, have they? Here's what happened when we tested their general knowledge before they went into the house.
Oh, shit. I should have listened when I was at school, shouldn't I, really?
18 something.
1862.
1700s.
In which year? I'm not really sure. I don't really know, to be honest.
1962.
1968.
1869.
1904.
I can actually disclose that was 1066.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Can I do workings out on this?
12.5.
It's an odd number.
9. 9. 1.
2.
I haven't got a clue.
I don't know what square roots are because I'm not very good at maths. I'm better at English.
7. 7. 7.
What, cheese is made backwards?
I don't know if that's even true.
Literally haven't. I'm sorry, I haven't got a clue.
What are we talking about? Like brand of cheese, like Edam?
Gouda.
Cheddar. Wensleydale.
Milk. Oh, that's stupid. Unless I'm stupid.
It's Edam.
See?
What?
In a day. 1. Actually, I think it's like 0.1.
Depends on the volume.
Diet Coke is, I think it's 0, and I think a normal Coke is 139.
125.
Well, that sounds just like complete chance. Could fall in any direction.
I don't think it will fall because the pyramid's pointy.
Dan. Oh no, there's no calories in a Diet Coke.
Okay, no, that's a ridiculous answer. Okay, we'll just go like that.
If they laid it right on the top of the pyramid, it will get caught on the point of the pyramid.
Yeah, it just depends where the rooster's sitting, where his bum is.
South. Down. It would fall down.
Roosters don't lay eggs, hens lay eggs.
North, east.
I'm going to say northwest.
South.
West.
The opposite way.
East.
Well, I'm sure the wind would have some influence on the direction.
There's no steam, it's electric train, ain't that fit?
If you took a right out of your house, then took your first...
I would be on Coverdale Drive.
Right out of my house at the cricket club.
And then the first, I'll be back at my house.
Is leader the same as the Prime Minister?
I don't know it, but I just can't remember it. Is it something Clegg? What's the other one with the bad teeth?
David Cameron.
David Cameron.
David Cameron.
That man, Nick Clegg.
Ed Miliband.
David Miliband.
And I'm going to get cussed for this, Tony Blair.
Ed.
I'm hoping this is the last question.
Brown.
And I think that's it. Is that it? You know what? No.
There you have it. I'm a total twat.
So, as we've seen some of the old housemates housemates, why don't we reminisce a little bit? In this final week, do we wish that some of the old housemates were still in there to spice things up? So, Cheska, Big Brother is essentially a popularity contest. Do we want the final set of housemates to be just nice?
No. Well, as I said earlier, I think a nice person always wins. Like, not just a nice person, a genuine person. And looking back at all the years, I think it's always someone that the public can think, you know, I'd be their friend or I'd get on with them.
But they can relate to,
yeah, that's the pattern I see. I know it can be boring TV when they're all nice, but maybe we could put someone in to shake it up. I don't know. But I don't think they're all that nice. I think, you know, Dina can be a bit of a cow sometimes, and
but I think
can be a bit arrogant.
I think deep down she's a nice girl. Do you know what I mean? I think they all. There's nothing not nice about any of them, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they've annoyed us over the past 9-10 weeks, but you know.
And the ones I didn't really like have actually gone. So I feel quite lucky in watching people that I kind of liked from the beginning, so... Yeah.
So, why do the big characters always go first? I said you wish there were some characters in there that have come out, you're all like, yeah!
They voted them out. It was the housemates that voted them out and didn't give us much choice. I'd like to see little Chris back in there because he's a bit of a stirrer.
But there was always... Chris was always up against somebody, so that person could have left and Chris could have still been in there. So as much as they put the people up, it's us guys that are voting as well.
They didn't give us much choice. It was their choice, not ours.
Yeah.
We only had the choice that they gave us. I think we're a bit cold.
Sometimes they put the bigger characters up against the not-so-bigger characters, so we do have a choice. We forget why we're watching the show, it's to be entertained, but we get so annoyed that we end up voting the bigger characters out, and then we regret it later on.
And it is always one of those things, isn't it, where you go, oh, we shouldn't vote out the big characters, but then you're like, yeah, but just because they're big characters doesn't necessarily mean we agree with them. We just like to watch them. Do we really want to see them win? So it's catch-22. Craig's just going, yeah.
Don't want to see them win, but you want to see them wind the rest of them up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does vote to save change everything? Do you think it should be vote to evict?
Yeah, probably vote to evict. I think that'll eliminate them more then, and you get a better picture of who's going to win then, I think.
Because we've been kind of blind this year, I think. I still have no idea as to who is going to walk out those doors a winner. No idea. What do you guys think? You are the people that vote. Do you want to vote to save someone or to get them out of the house?
Vote to evict. I think it's important to vote to evict because, you know, trying to save somebody could be endless, couldn't it? I mean, how many votes do we need to save, say, Luke A? I mean, it could just go on for, you know, an eternity, us trying to save somebody.
OK.
But an eviction, to try and evict somebody, it's easier to zero in on the person who you want.
Anybody disagree and likes vote to save?
I vote to save, definitely. I mean, I like the vote to save. It's the old-fashioned Big Brother, and that's what I go with, and I think it's a great way of, you know, going forward. That's what I like.
OK, thank you very much. OK, earlier on today, we put a poll on our website asking which of the ex-housemates you wish was still in the final. Here are the results. You should be able to see them right about now. So, 49% of you would like to see Lauren still in the house. 15% of you, Benedict, followed by Aaron, 7%, Lydia, 6%, Connor, 6%, Chris, 5%, Victoria, 4%, Caroline, 3%, Siobhan, 3%, and Becky, 2%. What do you guys make of that? You haven't spoke tonight.
100% Lauren. I love Lauren to pieces. She was genuine. She spoke for the real girl that went in there, just as a girl that doesn't have many girlfriends out in the real world, who gets on with men. Do you know what I mean? There are a lot of girls out there that don't have girlfriends, and I like that. Finally, we had a girl that wasn't a girl. You know what I mean? Like, wasn't a bitch and, you know, tried to be...
Bruce, what do you make of it? Sorry.
Well, was Lauren a woman's woman? That's all I'm thinking. I know she looks a bit like Kylie Minogue, which is a good thing, but it's just exactly what you say. I don't think people kind of relate to that, if you see what I mean. If you're not a woman's woman or a staunch feminist or seem to be relating to other women and men are your fancy, as happens with a lot of people in today's society. But I think that can go against you, sort of thing. So I don't think necessarily if she were to be put back in, it would kind of rekindle interest and get her voted through, you know, to final stages or whatever.
Craig, who would you like to see back in?
Probably the worst one would be Becky. I'd hate to see Becky go back in. I've never, in all the 12 years of watching Big Brother, I've never seen... I got thousands of tweets about everyone just saying how bad and horrible she was. So she'd be my last
Jessica, very
person to
quickly,
go
who
in.
would you like to see him back in?
I want Aaron to go back in because I think he'd be fun and the pranks and he'd jazz it up a little bit.
OK, well, don't get excited because none of them are going back in. It's finishing. Still to come, find out who cleaned up at the Nommie Awards. But we will see you after the break.